Welcome back to the Break Ring Podcast. I'm your host, Jonas.
I'm Parker.
So you're just not my co-host? Nice. Love
I'm
that.
your co-host, Parker. I hate you.
Episode 40. Now, I have a question for you, Parker. How many weeks are in a year? Oh god, I shouldn't have asked you this.
52.
Yes, correct. Alright, 52 weeks in a year. Hypothetically speaking, that means episode 52 would be the 1 year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
But we kind of slacked at some points. So instead of episode 52 being the 1 year, episode 41 next week is 1 year for the podcast. Me and Parker have been doing this for almost 365 days. My god, that's insane, Parker. I can't believe it's been a year.
Crazy.
But we got some stuff to talk about for our next episode. It's not just a basic episode. We got some fun stuff happening. Parker, next week is not just an online episode. Me and Parker are going to meet up before we record on Tuesday, the day of the anniversary, and we are going to do a gift swap. Parker, you want to go get your gift just real quick if you can have it, and if it's not,
it's not wrapped.
Okay. But for example, say this was Parker's present and it was wrapped. This is also a new thing we're adding. It's a dumpster fire. So if a match is really bad, I'm gonna throw this up on the screen.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
But basically, if this was Parker's present, he has a present for me. Say it's the giant banana. We'd swap. Obviously, they'd be wrapped, and then we open it on the podcast, and we have no clue besides maybe what the wrestler, who it is about, could it be. We literally have nothing else.
I'm just gonna say I got him too, and while we were talking about it just off camera, I messed up and said one of them was a shirt. I'm not gonna lie. But he doesn't know who it is. Well, you might have an idea, but he doesn't know who it is, what it is, what
I genuinely have no clue what the other gift is, and you have no clue. And
that's mine. Good. That's good. Yeah, I have zero clue. Besides maybe Joe Hendry, but I was telling him I'm not gonna get my hopes up because if it's not, I don't want him feeling like a dick.
Yeah. But make sure, please watch next week's episode. Please, I beg you. If you're watching this, you don't even have to watch this entire one through. Just watch next episode. It's gonna be a really good one. I can already tell. We got some fun stuff talking about next week. It's not gonna be a super serious podcast like it ever is. But go watch next week's episode for sure if it's already out by then. But I mean, hey, if it's not out by then, stick around. That's all I'm gonna say. But we also have one more announcement, Parker. Now, for those of you who do not care about the 2K videos, this doesn't apply to you. Skip 30 seconds if you want. But it has been announced that with here, ready? Watch this joke. With BTR, get it? It's like TKO. BTR has made a partnership with 2K25. Not literally. I'm saying this because it's funny to me. But on October 3rd, a pay-per-view style 2K video will be uploaded. My god, Parker, are you ready to go over this card? We have Finn Balor versus a mystery opponent, a Royal Rumble match that determines who will face Finn Balor in the main event, or whoever wins the championship if he were to lose, and the moment that everybody has been waiting for, Parker. In a 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules match, it will be Jimmy from the Q versus Blake Monroe. Finally, Jimmy gets his hands on the woman who ruined the Elimination Chamber for him. I know Jimmy's very excited about that. We put a lot of work into this. We put a lot of work into this so far, and it's only getting started. Only 1 year. I'll save my sappy stuff for next week. Oh yeah, I wrote you a letter, by the way. It's on the gift.
Oh god.
It's not bad this time. It's like legit letter. But enough with this plugging. I'm sorry. I know this retention rate is probably at like 0 right now. But make sure you watch the beginning of the next week's episode because I made a funny compilation, a funny intro. It's really funny. I loved it. But after all, this is a podcast, which means, Parker, we got to go over some wrestling. So without further ado, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're incorporating a few new things this week. We're also doing match ratings for the matches that we watched. I didn't do Dynamite because this kid didn't watch any of Dynamite. He didn't watch SmackDown either.
Let's start watching Dynamite. Okay, I watched the last half of SmackDown. Was that a football game?
Yeah.
Should I start watching Dynamite? Just
It's pretty good right now. I would.
Okay.
All right. So Parker, Monday Night Raw from a week ago, which would be the 8th. We're recording this on the 15th. Opening segment: the Usos open Monday Night Raw. Wow. Jimmy and Jay make an electrifying entrance together for the first time in a while. After insulting each member of the division, including the Orca, Paul Heyman, Braun and Bronson were fed up and attacked. They called him the Orca.
I get it, because
he's fat.
That.
Because he said, the Orca, Paul Heyman. He looked like one. That's really what they said. Braun and Bronson were fed up and attacked the Usos. Eventually, LA Knight stepped in to fight the division alongside the Usos to take the numbers advantage and end the segment. This promo showed early signs of tension between LA Knight and Jey Uso, but they had a common enemy to deal with in the Vision and could have potentially put their differences aside part-time. This evidently foreshadowed future friction, confliction, I'm rapping, that would resurface later in the night. Now, this might be a hot take. Let me get through my claim, alright? In my opinion, remember this, in my opinion, this was a better promo than many of Jay's promos leading up to and after his World Championship reign. I think it's mainly because he's with Jimmy. And with Jimmy, he has an added boost of confidence and ability because they are good at the back and forth type of promos.
So I have nothing wrong with that, if that makes sense. This was a great promo, and I'm not gonna deny that because it was, and I liked it. But I just feel like the few... Okay, just had to rub it in. I feel like the few... I hate you. You're such
I was just remembering the promo that you cut a few weeks ago that I don't, Sorry.
I can't look at you now.
I'm just sorry. Also, shout out my guy Ilya Dragunov. He don't know me yet, but he will.
But he will. That sounds like a threat. But I feel like the few promos that he did when he was wearing all black... You're such an idiot.
I'm not, dude. I'm not doing anything. I literally was just brushing off a piece of cardboard that was on here. I mean, real solid gold. I mean,
but I feel like the few, the few promos that he did, with Gunther, where he had like the full black after he killed Jimmy and like rubbed his blood all over him. If you know which one I'm talking about.
Right before Mania, yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like that was very good, but because it's different timelines, whole different stories, it's kind of say this is better, that's better, I mean, different people.
I think also at the time those World Championship promos were hindered because of how bad the yeeting pandemic was, where that was all you heard in the arena when Jay was even like known to be there. Promos got ruined by it, and I don't care what anybody says. Same with how Seth's song when he was really over was ruining promos. I think.
Okay, I don't think Seth's song ruined promos. I think it definitely could make them annoying, especially because he would like kind of gaslight, or not gaslight. What's the word called? Egg 'em on. That's what I think I'm gonna say. But I feel like also because that's his theme song, and they've already had their time to sing it. That's kind of hypocritical because that's the same thing with Jay. But you know what I mean. But also, Seth didn't say, "Can we like?" He never did like the run it back thing. He just always was like. He was just kind of doing what he was supposed to, he was just naturally over.
Yeah, but overall, I liked the promo. It reminded everyone how good the Usos look and sound together as a tag team. We are also informed after the promo of a Usos versus Braun and Bronson match at WrestlePalooza.
Bro, please, no, listen, please. I got so pissed at Crown Jewel when they didn't come out to the Usos theme. I don't care if it's one time. Please. And I don't think it's going to happen because Triple H... Ooh, I was going to say the W word.
1 second. I'm going to have to mute real quick.
But
keep talking.
I really, 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 really wanted them to come out to the Usos theme. And they didn't, and I was wicked pissed. This is the Crown Jewel the Usos and Roman versus... I don't know who it was against. I think it was somebody. But I'm hoping to come into the Eastern
So
Time at
Roman.
WrestlePalooza. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, pretty decent. We also informed LA Knight wants one of the bronze in the main event. He said it could have been LeBron James. Yeah. We then had in my opinion, a great match. AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano. But before we can get to the match itself, before the match, AJ cuts a promo during a U.S. commercial, international, just kind of like fill in spot.
My freaking work joke actually like worked this time. I keep saying
yes,
it's a word.
yes. AJ states that he has been losing too much, and he mentions that his friends from the OC, Gallows, Anderson, and Meechin, are no longer with him. Not like they didn't die.
They're
Gallows
alive.
and Anderson,
They're very much
Gallows
alive.
and Anderson don't work in WWE. Meechin's on SmackDown. He thinks this was done intentionally for him to keep losing. AJ said that he believes a certain someone doesn't want him here. Which obviously, if you've been keeping up on Twitter, his son was talking about how he doesn't like the way he's being booked. So, who knows? But yeah. From what I saw, it was a decent promo.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see much of it because we're in the US, if that wasn't already kind of somewhat obvious. So whenever there's a commercial break, there's a commercial break.
Should I bring us to the next Rebel Spirit show?
You should,
no.
but somebody like some heel would rip it or something. To be fair, we could make another one.
Shout out Travis Jacobs. AJ Styles met the El Grande Americano, in a good technical matchup. AJ took the fight to Americano before the match could start, brawling all around the outside of the ring. Sometime through the match, the second Americano shows up and almost cost him the match in various ways, mainly by being a distraction. It looked overall bad for AJ until Dragon Lee stormed out to even the odds with the Hurricane Rana to the other Americano, and in a satisfying sequence, Styles capitalized, hit the Styles Clash, and rolled up El Grande for the win. This, Parker, do you believe this could be a setup for just kind of a one-off, or maybe a storyline with a tag team with AJ and Dragon Lee versus two of the Americanos?
I think that would be funny, but it doesn't, I think that would be cool. A lot of people would be pissed that it's racist. But
listen, I have something to say.
If Rey Mysterio thinks it's okay,
listen,
it's okay.
Ludwig Kaisers is not racist. Chad Gable, borderline.
Why?
Well, because Ludwig's taking
Ludwig
in the actual thing. Chad was making fun of the culture in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was kind of doing the accent, gracia, but Kaiser's just doing his
Kaiser
job.
knows how to speak Spanish.
I guess I can see that.
Parker, can I ask a favor out of you real quick?
It's also his job to do. Yeah, what's up?
Can you hold my title while I rant real quick?
I hate you.
Here you go. Here you go. Alright. Good? Alright. Listen. Push Dragon Lee.
Here we go.
Push Dragon Lee. You don't agree?
No, I agree. I'm just saying, whenever you rant, it always gets
Dragon Lee. It's not a crazy.
Go get the intro.
It's not a crazy thing to say. The man retired. This is the third time I've said this. Retired Jushin Thunder Liger in the Tokyo Dome.
What?
You gotta get this guy up there. He's having so much fun. I don't know if you saw it. He tweeted out. He's like, I'm having fun right now with WWE. I love being on Raw. And they gotta do something with the guy.
What?
I gave this match a solid 3 stars. This isn't Meltzer, by the way. This is 3 stars for a TV match. This isn't
3.5, somewhere around there. 3.25.
Shut up, please. I mean, I did do points, but... next match, Raquel versus Lyra. I know Parker didn't like because he doesn't like women. Raquel overpowered Lyra through the entire match while also targeting Valkyria's back the entire match, wearing her down. Roxanne Perez interfered on various occasions, distracting Valkyria. Lyra showed efforts to make a comeback, but overall couldn't get the job done and lost after the Tejana Bomb. Another solid match. I watched this one back the other night when I was doing the outline. I gave it a solid 3 stars. See how it does.
2.5 or 3, somewhere around there. I'm never good at giving exact, like.
Well, because let's think about it. My 5 for basic is like Osprey Takeshita. And like Cena, Cody the second
Mine's
time.
Cope Mox when Christian cashed in.
You know I hate
I'm
that
kidding.
match.
That's why I said that, dumbass. So
Okay, man.
what was I gonna say?
So,
It was something about my 5 stars would probably be like. I mean, Mox Hangman was good, but I know it's basic. But I've never I haven't watched AEW for a while.
yeah,
And I barely watch it every now and then.
From
So I've never seen like
going from WWE, who does a blade spot every 5 months, to AEW where he was bleeding in 5 seconds.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really liked Raquel versus Lyra. It was really technical. It really they really played into the like cruiser versus giant, or if you want to call her a high flyer, you know, in Lyra. Lyra's like a specialist. She's kind of everything.
Like
Yes, Parker, like 2K.
my DM.
But I've said this to my brother before. I think either one of these women could be a contender for the Royal Rumble. Raquel and Lyra, as they're both.
Oh, I don't see Raquel. Maybe Lyra, but I don't see Raquel winning the Rumble.
Depending on how this year goes, if Liv turns, or like when Liv returns, if she turns on her, or I don't know if you have her turn because she's already a heel, but like you know, Liv, she's a heel, but to the crowd, she's a face. Like nobody boos Liv.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's also there's a bunch of creepy men in the crowd, so that could be why.
yeah, like fadeaway media.
Yeah, or like any man over.
Which he keeps
45.
getting exposed for spreading fake news, which is kind of funny to me.
Okay, I just want to point out. No,
Whenever something starts like that,
fadeaway,
it's gonna be bad.
I don't. Okay, he's just such a creep. I was on Twitter the other day, just scrolling, looking at like whatever.
He's always
people's
tweeting
opinions,
about Roxanne, bro.
looking to find somebody to piss off. That's what I was getting to, because I see this. It's Roxanne replying to something, and it said the post was deleted.
Oh my god,
and
it was so bad. Oh my god,
it was
so bad.
Roxanne saying, This is not a real picture. This is AI. Take this down." And he ended up taking it down because he's a good boy. But basically, I don't even want to say it, but she was just sitting. She was sitting on one of those like
really
black
bad.
boxes
It was
backstage, and it was just some AI picture of her doing like an inappropriate pose, which is just it's disgusting. You can't.
If you make AI photos of women that you find pretty, get a job.
That's so true. Frickin', but like if this was like the Attitude Era, remember Liv? This is gonna sound weird.
Yeah, they were like, no, I remember they were like, oh my god, they were like, for Mania, they were like, they fought years to get out of the Divas era, and then you go and wear this. She's choosing to wear it now. It's different.
Remember when she wore like jean shorts and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was so
My
dumb.
uncle was saying, imagine this is the Attitude Era. You know how much bad stuff they would be chanting.
That'd be awful.
Yeah, a lot of bad things.
I remember when Evolution happened, he kept making tweets about, oh, this person's so hot. And I remember I sent it to you and I was like, this is why Evolution only happens every once in a while, because of people like this, where they don't let the women wrestle and just thirst over them. Fadeaway, you follow me on Twitter. I don't care if you follow me. If you don't agree with me because I called you a weirdo, unfollow me. I don't care. Like,
too many crash outs. Let's keep going.
I don't even follow the guy, so who cares if he unfollows me?
Anyway.
We then had AJ Lee and CM Punk return segment. AJ Lee returns to Monday Night Raw after over 10 years.
Held the World Heavyweight Championship for 5 minutes.
You really had to bring that up?
I had to.
It was an emotional promo about her journey and why she's back. She talked about her mental health and how much better she is emotionally and physically. AJ then reveals that she had kept Becky Lynch's Women's Intercontinental Championship, who then comes out to the ring to claim what was stolen from her. Seth and Becky then make some hypocritical statements about how AJ and Punk are acting. For example, Becky was like, oh, what type of man hides behind their husband? What type of man hides behind their wife? Because, remember, that was what he kept saying about Seth. Get off your phone, chat. AJ lays the IC title flat in the middle of the ring. Seth steps in to obtain the IC title, and AJ blocks his path. CM Punk then joins her, and together they officially challenge Becky and Seth to a mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza.
I'm so excited for that.
I know, man. I think AJ could have a really great match, especially with, not having to deal with all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That, she can't throw a punch that looks good or else she'll get fined. Like, that type of stuff. But I'm really enjoying the storyline, because it's got really great promos and in-ring skills from everyone involved. And I'm very excited for the mixed tag match, WrestlePalooza. Where do you think each person involved in the story goes after WrestlePalooza, no matter who wins or loses? Because I know where I think I know where they're going. Sorry.
Seth just keeps defending his title, builds up more war games. Punk feuds with Seth more. AJ wins the IC title from Becky, and that sums up Becky's whole chablam, whatever you want to. Yeah.
Oh my god. Andrade's gonna fight MJF. Middle finger at MJF. Soon, Viva Mexico. And then he was gonna say, Cabro. I'm not gonna say that.
No way.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Also,
I forgot we have to edit that part. I'm not gonna edit that part in. But we were freaking out when we found out Andrade left. We have found out ever since that it's apparently all clean. He sends his thanks to WWE, and apparently it's just something that the luchadors are doing in recent times. They're just kind of stepping away from the companies. But to kind of sum it up, he had violated a health code. So my thought is probably like a concussion, and he wanted to come back to work. But he was also suspended without pay, and then came back or something like that. But he said thank you to WWE, so I think we're good. But back to AJ and Punk. I think it's obvious that they will be going after the other team's titles, both AJ and Punk. Punk with Seth and AJ with Becky. I think
Punk takes it off Seth eventually.
I think AJ's gonna win sooner than Punk does.
100%.
I think AJ could win at Crown Jewel, and AJ at Crown Jewel would be such a weird sight. Imagine that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be so weird. Because she hasn't been in the company
for a bad way.
No, but just imagine that. That's so weird. Think about her in a full bodysuit when she literally wore a tank top and short shorts in the 2010s. Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. I definitely think AJ wins just because they're already kind of showing it now, and just because they wouldn't have Punk win it and then Seth win it right after, and then Punk win it right after.
I mean, as soon as I see one of the four members come on the screen, I instantly lean in. I get so interested in the story because it's so entertaining. Like I said, the promos are they're so funny, bro. My dad, and if he's for some reason watching this, what's up, man? Parker, when we went to Rebel Spirit, you were like, I never heard your dad talk, and today I was making him bust out laughing, which you were. But even those promos have got him to crack. Wouldn't you know he's a very stone cold serious dude.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask something. It was gonna be like...
Oh, also, me and Parker finally went to our first indie, so if you didn't see that, we talked about it last week, so...
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about AJ, the Punk stuff. Oh, do you think... Okay, I have a feeling it's going to happen during the match. Is Punk going to hit a GTS on Becky, or is Seth going to stomp AJ? I think I know the answer to this.
I think, if anything, we'd be more likely to get a GTS. Because a stomp is crazy.
Brutal move. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If anything, I think AJ might put Seth in the Black Widow.
Or manhit no slam from Becky.
Yeah, either one.
Punk. There's gonna be some intergender.
I feel like it would be Becky though, because she's the heel in this.
Yeah, but you never know. AJ could just yeah.
Oh my, dude! I remember I was crying because in the promo, AJ's talking about, I wish me and Becky could have been friends, but then she went and motorboated my husband.
That was so funny.
It's so dumb. But we then had
Isn't Raw at 7 today.
Yeah, it is. We gotta speed up.
We got 45 minutes. Just so you know, it's 15 local time.
Rusev versus Penta. A fast-paced, hard-hitting, and physical matchup. Penta nearly pulled off the win with a Mexican Destroyer turned code red. Interference then came from the New Day and Grayson Waller, which swung momentum in the favor of Rusev. Rusev then caught Penta mid-air off a middle rope springboard with a Machka kick to secure the victory. It was brutal. You literally texted me, I think he's dead.
That was, I'm pretty sure I did, right? That was pretty
Yeah, it was
brutal.
really bad. Obviously, he's not actually, like, injured or anything, but it was nasty the way he sold it.
It was pretty nasty.
Sorry. Thought it was something important.
What?
Nothing. But this match keeps Rusev strong heading into WrestlePalooza. Do you think that the plans for Penta have changed since he debuted? This has been a very common topic that have been talked about all over the IWC. Do you think that the plans for Penta have changed? For example, many people thought that he was going to be straight to the world title picture as soon as he debuted, and then now people are thinking he's mid-card, or maybe even going with Phoenix on SmackDown, or vice versa, going to Raw. You know what I mean?
I definitely think they changed a little bit, because from the looks of it, he was looking like he was going to win the IC title.
He was killing everybody with the Mexican Destroyer on weekly TV, and now he's kind of
Big G.
Yeah, he's kind of in a New Day vortex. No offense to New Day, but right now they're in a bad spot.
But yeah, I definitely think they changed at least somewhat.
So, another question I had here, which is kind of intertwined. You don't think we're heading into a Lucha Bros program?
I hope we do.
I'd love it. I think if
love it.
Imagine we had Lucha Bros. Imagine they try to do the Death Triangle again, and they add in something like.
No, I was gonna say something, but I was gonna say, you know how they have brothers fight every.
That'd be
like
cool.
15 WrestleManias, but the thing is,
they're notorious for being good. But that's
like 14 years away.
But it could easily
We're
happen
gonna be
in, like, a tournament.
in our 30s.
Yeah, this podcast is realistically not going to exist in 15 years. Just saying.
Well, let's hope.
That'd be insane. Dude, imagine this was our jobs, bro. It'd be crazy. I can't lie.
Whoa, let's not swear on the podcast.
Shut up, please. Dude, I can't get a 9 to 5, yo. Make this go famous, please.
Oh, if we go famous, bro. Oh, the first thing I'd do is cuss out Triple H for not having seen his retirement match in Boston.
Listen, my main thing, I don't want to be so famous to where I get mobbed, but I don't want to be famous where every week I get at least like an interaction. Got his,
hair pulled out?
Yeah, that was bad. I don't want to ever be as popular as Speed.
Like
Speed's
John and Jimmy, maybe a little more.
Yeah, they're like fine.
So are you.
What you doing after this? Sorry!
Please delete that.
No, I was talking because I wanted to watch Raw, but... Yeah, but, yeah, do you think that Rusev will set his sights on the IC champion, Dominic Mysterio, who is also now the AAA Mega Champion?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it, but he was acting really heel at Worlds Collide. Like, did you see what he did to Ray after he won the title? He got in his face, he was shoving him, like, up against the ropes. He was like, put the belt around my waist now! It was bad. He was like literally destroying the man. I give this match a 3.5 out of 5.
I'll give it a 4.
We then had Asuka versus Nikki Bella in a first ever matchup, to my belief. WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella encounters the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Nikki had a strong flurry, but Asuka strikes for too much. After one big kick, Asuka sets up the Asuka lock, forcing Nikki to tap. A big win for Asuka over the Hall of Famer. As not a big Asuka fan, I know it's a hot take, but overall it was a decent match. Just a little slow in my opinion. So I gave it a 2.5.
I'll give it a 2.
Do you think it's going to be setting up, because we also had promos after this, do you think it's going to be setting up Nikki and Rhea versus Kabuki Warriors?
Yeah, 100%.
I think, depending on how long it takes them to start it, it could even involve the titles.
Or...
Brie.
Take away Rhea. Maybe Brie. Because she got caught saying, wait till the girl comes back. And people are like, oh, they're talking about Rhea. Rhea's still here.
That's the thing. It's like, I don't know. Maybe she said... got my back and we just misheard it. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see.
Now it's time for the main event. Before the match, Jimmy sees Jay leaving the arena early and gets almost in an argument with him. Jay says something about LA Knight and how he doesn't trust him and all that. And Jimmy puts him in check, stating that he's starting to sound like Roman and not in a good way.
That was very
This was like the best moment for Parker, because on the podcast last week he was like, he's turning heel. And I was like, is he turning heel or is he just hating on LA Knight? And you're like, nope, he's turning heel. So this felt good for you. I know it did.
And then after
Yeah.
at the end.
Also, I don't like what they did in this match. LA Knight losing to Bronson Reed is crazy.
Oh yeah, at least like almost
Clean. Literally almost perfectly clean. The Megastar and the Tribal Thief meet in a physical brawl to close out Raw. LA Knight gave it everything he had, even taking some high risk maneuvers. Eventually, Braun Breaker interfered, stopping Knight's BFT attempt. Reed then hit the Jagged Edge, which is basically just like a Death Valley driver that he's kind of making his new finisher, besides the Tsunami, obviously, and picked up the win. After the match, the Vision beat down LA Knight, and the Usos made the save. Jay took a bump and was sitting in the corner for a bit. Jimmy and LA fought him off. LA Knight went to the corner. Was like, "We're good now, right?" Then Jimmy and LA were kind of soaking in the what's it called? The victory of the brawl, I guess, if you want to call it that. And then out of nowhere, which great camera work. I can't lie, great camera work. Jay spears the ever-living crap out of Jay crabs out of LA Knight, leaving everybody stunned, at least who were dumb. Sorry.
Besides me.
But so yeah, then Raw went off the air. I give the match a 3.75. I think the match was good. I don't like the loss for LA Knight. When will he actually get his push?
Good things come to those who wait.
Maybe it's after this 1v1 program with Jay, because, like, Jay's a former world champion. So, obviously, if he wins it, that's really good. And then, my question for you, and I know your answer, is Jay turning heel, or is he simply just an LA Knight hater? And, obviously, you think he's turning heel. I think he's turning heel now, especially with how he's treating Jimmy. Literally becoming the tribal chief all over again. Yeah.
Becoming a bad guy.
Yeah, I think so. We then had Dynamite from the 10th. Show opened with Hangman versus Josh Alexander. Hangman picks up the win. Pretty good match. He then calls out Kyle Fletcher, his opponent, for All Outs. Which also, I don't know if you saw this, the opponent for All Out was supposed to be Wardlow, but Wardlow is injured already. So yeah, he told Kyle that he doesn't think he's ready, especially if he can only have the match with Don Callis at his side, and so Kyle is not going to have Don Callis at his side during the championship match at All Out. Do you think, and I know you don't watch it that much, but do you think this will hinder his abilities going into this match? Do you think it will worsen his odds, or do you think it'll better his odds? You know, not having the guy there who will give him the weapons that might get him disqualified, things like that.
So, rephrase the question like you're talking to a 5-year-old.
Do you think that without Daddy being there, Kyle's gonna get scared? Or do you think without Daddy being there, he's gonna get brave?
I think in the beginning, he's gonna be like, I can't do anything without Daddy, right?
Yeah.
But then afterwards, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm a big tough guy. I'll fight the monsters by myself or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I think that Kyle Fletcher is definitely an up-and-comer. No wonder his name's literally the Proto-Star. But I think he could win it All Out. I would be surprised, though. But yeah, like you said, I think it might start off like he doesn't really know how to approach the match, not having Callis there, and then maybe he'll grow into it and find out where the gaps are, things like that. We then had a really good match in Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin, which was a gentleman's agreement that the Gates of Agony and a Hurt Syndicate will not come out or be involved at all in the match. Both men agreed and shook hands. Both Benjamin and Ricochet looked amazing in this match, hitting nasty or stiff punches and strikes. Ricochet won with kind of clean, but also some trickery. Planting seeds for a potential rivalry with more, not planting seeds for a potential rivalry, but just kind of building up the rivalry because they literally are rivals right now. Ricochet promised not to bring out the Gates of Agony if Sheldon didn't bring out the Syndicate, but did so anyway. So Toa Leona and Bishop Khan came out, even though they weren't supposed to, which obviously I wasn't like, oh, guys, I said not to. It was, I told them to come out here and I lied to you. We then had Riho and Alex Windsor versus Mercedes Moné and Emi Sakura, where Riho picked up the win. I think she made Emi Sakura tap. This gave Riho some nice momentum leading into her match for the TBS title against Moné at All Out. MJF then cuts a promo teasing "You'll say I do" to Mark Briscoe no matter what the stipulation is, which we learned on Saturday will be a tables and tax match.
Oh God!
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything good.
MJF was like, "What? That's not even real. Tell Tony we can't do that." And then Tony Schiavone was like, Tony Khan has made it official. So MJF was really mad. We then had a really good match, which you gotta go watch back if you can. Tony Storm vs Sky Blue in a wild Philly street fight with ECW type spots. Tony came out representing the Sandman with the kendo stick and smashed a boxed wine, which I thought was really funny, against her head and splashing everywhere.
On the butt. That was interesting.
Yeah, we won't mention any of the other places that were stapled.
Didn't the chest?
Yeah, and the inner thigh.
Oh, I didn't
think
know that, and I don't want to see the video.
You know, so yeah, there was some nasty spots, including weapons. Just kind of to go over the basics, there was a staple gun that we mentioned, street signs, and kendo sticks. Tony Storm picks up the win after a brutal finish, hitting a Storm Zero out of nowhere. Which, if you don't know what the Storm Zero is, it's literally just a pile driver, a basic pile driver. Tekla, though, gets the last laugh after the match, attacking Tony Storm and posing above her, as she is part of the Fatal 4-Way at All Out for the women's title. And then in the main event, a 500,000 10-man tag, the Death Riders and the Young Bucks versus Darby Allin, Bandito, and oh god, was it Jet Speed?
I think so.
No, yes, maybe so. I don't know. Something.
That's tough.
I don't know. But Parker didn't believe me when I said this. The Young Bucks win, not just that, because that's crazy to think. Those jobbers. But Daniel Garcia betrays Darby Allin and joins the Death Riders.
Nobody in.
I didn't obviously to me, not Parker. I knew Danny was feuding with Mox. But to be honest, I didn't think he would join because I thought Danny was going to be a good guy forever, to be honest. But it makes sense because he was getting fed up with losing.
So
Parker did not watch, so he didn't believe me.
So,
which was a common theme this week for both Dynamite and SmackDown.
What?
Because remember, the person who comes out for Brock, you're like, yeah, you're lying.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, I was at a football game resing. So, but yeah, it was pretty.
They don't need to know
crazy.
that.
I saw the clip. What?
They don't need to know that.
Know what?
Never mind. But yeah, pretty crazy. He murdered him on the second stomp. Alright, now to SmackDown from the 12th. Brock Lesnar starts the show. God, me and my dad were dying laughing immediately. Brock comes out, I don't even think he gets to say a word, and you hear R-Truth's theme start. It was so... R-Truth interrupts, calling himself John Cena's little brother, Ron Cena. Brock asks, say mother? And then he goes, different fathers, is what R-Truth says. It was so much. He was like, who are you? He's like, I'm Ron Cena. But the comedic back and forth ends with Lesnar F5ing Truth, ripping his pants, showing the crowd, and dancing around in blue underwear. Hello? Parker? Uh-oh. Oh no, he lagged. Oh no, his PC crashed. Oh my god, there's no way, 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 there's no way. Please tell me it's not real. Please tell me it's not real. 1 second, chat. Let's see. Oh, I can't hear you or see you moving.
Guys,
Oh wait,
your phone's up to your
the
right.
audio's working now.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Okay.
Alright, I'm leaving that in the podcast because it's only like 30 seconds, but it's
Why?
whatever. Because I don't feel like editing this pod. We gotta get it out. It's almost raw time.
Okay.
Did the Lesnar R-Truth comedy enhance or hurt the seriousness of Lesnar's return?
Triple H just wanted to make it like when Truth made Brock break
Yeah.
with Paul Heyman about the Rumble and all that when he was the 24/7 champion. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt anything.
We then had the first match of the night being Sami Zayn's Open Challenge, where Rey Fenix stepped up. Wow. Immediately I was like, this is gonna cook. I knew it. Zayn issues the Open Challenge. Rey Fenix accepts. In a high-flying and fast-paced match, Fenix lands big dives and near falls, but ultimately Zayn survives and wins with the Blue Thunder Driver, I think. I don't know. I may be thinking of the wrong thing. I don't know. No, I think it was just a Helluva kick. I think I'm tweaking right now. I'm kind of tired. You know what I mean? To retain the U.S. title, I think this was a great match. I gave it a 3.5 because there's too many ads.
I'll give it a 3.75.
We then had Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Man, this match could have been 4 stars. But Nia Jax interrupts. And they throw the match out too because of count out. That's where I was like, that sucks. The match was great. Tiffany almost died, by the way. She did a moonsault to the outside and slipped from underneath her own feet and literally almost knocked herself out.
It's probably because they didn't want anybody getting pinned.
Yeah. Cargill then spears her through the barricade and ends in a double count out. Obviously, if you've been watching wrestling, you know that in a double count out, the champion always retains. Or in a count out in any way. Unless it's like a stipulation. After the match, Nia Jax tags both women, laying out Stratton with the Annihilator. Man, I don't like this SmackDown Women's Division. It sucks right now. It's a love triangle of Jade, Tiffany, and Nia. But it's not like it's for the belt.
We just need Bianca back.
Then it'll be a little better, yeah.
And then we're gonna have a triple threat at Mania between Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. Our predictions today.
Are you? Oh crap! Good call.
No way.
Parker, you realize if Naomi is at WrestleMania, she would have given birth like 2 months before that.
You right.
So I don't think she's gonna be back for WrestleMania. At least in a match.
So predictions are today.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll go by real quick. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. This is the last match anyways. Hard-hitting main event. Both land signature offense. Orton sets up for the punt. Ref distraction allows McIntyre to recover. McIntyre hits a Claymore out of nowhere to win. After the match, McIntyre tries to put Orton's head through the announce table like he did to Cody, who then returns, saves Orton, attacks McIntyre, and challenges him to a World Championship title match for WrestlePalooza! I give the match a 3.75.
I'll give it a 4, just because I liked how it was somewhat technical at points.
If you can pull up WrestlePalooza, I have all out saved on Twitter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 matches, right?
Probably. It's a WWE PLE. I'm loading into Twitter right now for it.
Yeah, there's Cena, Brock, Punk, AJ, Seth, Becky, Cody, Drew, Io, Steph, Usos, and Vision. Some people think, no, this isn't going to happen. Some people think Dom versus Penta versus Rusev.
I don't see that, though.
AJ versus El Grande.
Alright. 1 second. Do you want to do All Out, or we'll have to do All Out first, because All Out happens first.
All Out 2? Oh my god.
Yeah, All Out happens first. All Out is at 3 p.m. and then WrestlePalooza is at 8.
I hate my life, because how much you want to bet I'm going to win at All Out and lose it at WrestlePalooza? Oh my god. No, bro. I promise you I'll quit. I'll really be so pissed.
And
Where are the
that'll be the
matches?
shortest
Okay,
reign.
I got some matches pulled up.
All right. Do you have the WrestlePalooza or the All Out?
Both.
Okay. In a match that was just confirmed, Eddie Kingston returns against Big Bill. I think we both know who's winning this one, right?
Eddie Kingston.
Yes. Okay. Thank God. So Eddie Kingston for the both of us. Just track that down. Eddie Kingston. All right. Eddie Kingston.
Do you want me to write on like a
Here,
notepad?
you know what? Write it down. Go to 45 minutes in the video. Just see the predictions. Write that down. Okay.
Okay. 45 minutes.
We then have Mark Briscoe versus MJF in tables and tacks. I go first. I have MJF.
I'm gonna take Mark Briscoe.
You want to just win the championship? That's it, huh?
I'm gonna take Mark Briscoe.
There's a 4-way ladder match, but we don't know any of the teams besides Brodito. If I had to put money on it now, I'm just gonna say Brodito retains.
Yeah, it's gonna be Young Bucks or Bang Bang Gang.
I don't
Don
know.
Callis or Top.
It's honestly too early to call, to be honest.
Probably Brodito though, just because I don't think
they just won those.
I don't care who it is. If it's Jet Speed, Young Bucks, and freaking.
The Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and Gates of Agony. Do you have your pick?
Yeah.
All right. I have the Hurt Syndicate.
I have Ricochet and like.
I don't know who's winning that one because they're like just.
I feel like it's just because MVP's on their team.
Yeah, I don't know why he's back in there. In a coffin match, John Moxley versus Darby Allin. Let me know when you have your pick.
I have a guess.
All right, 3, 2, 1. John Moxley.
Moxley. Okay. Yeah, it's just freaking.
Moxley can overpower him. There's no DQ. The Death Riders can come out and help.
Yeah.
We then have Cope and Cage versus FTR.
Cope and Christian. I mean, Cope and Christian.
Come on. It's the entire point.
Yep.
Edge helped Christian with his Nick Wayne problem, technically, even though Nick Wayne wasn't in the match. So now Christian has to help him with the FTR problem. Mercedes versus Riho. Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, Mercedes. I was so sorry. I was so zoned out.
Fatal 4-way: Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla for the AEW Women's World Championship. I have Toni Storm.
Toni Storm. I don't think.
And the main events, I think Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher for the AEW World Championship. I have Hangman.
What about the AEW Unified?
Oh wait, yeah, isn't that
Okada, Takeshita, and Dorada or the Beast Mordos? I think we both.
It's gonna be Takeshita. It's gonna be Takeshita that goes to the finals. But guess what? Okada wins, baby!
That's what I was gonna say. Alright, yeah. We got our main event, and I think we both know who we're picking.
Yeah, it's Hangman. There's no way to give Kyle Fletcher a double title.
So our only differences are
Briscoe,
MJF
yeah,
and the trios match.
This
is your hour match. Do you want to predict that too?
Yeah, it's so obvious, bro. The face is always going to be 0.
Mina Shirakawa, Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, and Harley Cameron versus Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue.
Where'd you find the WrestlePalooza stuff?
I just looked up WWE WrestlePalooza card, and CBS Sports popped up with it.
All right, now on to the WrestlePalooza.
Dude, no! I'm gonna win at I'm gonna win at All Out, dude, and I'm gonna lose at WrestlePalooza.
The Usos
have one difference.
The Usos versus Bronson and Braun.
Usos.
Yeah.
No, wait.
You get one switch.
I have the vision.
Okay. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth.
Turn heel. Jay's gonna.
That'd be so messed. You love saying that now. That's like your other work thing.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth and Becky. Tell me when you're ready.
CM Punk and AJ.
There's no way AJ loses her first match back. That'd be so messed up.
I'll cry, and you'll probably crash out because
Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. 3, 2, 1. Stephanie.
Steph. Yep.
Cody versus Drew for the Undisputed WWE Championship. 3, 2, 1. Drew.
Cody. What?
Drew's winning it. Drew's winning it.
could see Randy turning.
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
As much as I
3,
hate to say
2,
it,
1. John
Cena.
Cena. This dude loves Brock Lesnar for some reason. But there are our predictions. I don't know exactly what the differences are besides WrestlePalooza because we just did those. He has Cody, I have Drew. We both have the Usos, but then he switched to the Vision. So, all right, that is it for this week. Please, please, please watch next week. It's gonna be so fun. I just know it, Parker. 1 year is insane, but we'll get into that when we get there. You know what time it is. Who is your wrestler of the week? I think I have a guess for who you might pick.
I don't know. Who's cool?
I thought you were gonna say R-Truth or AJB.
I mean, I did AJ last week.
No, you did. You did Travis Jacobs.
And AJ. We did like a little combined. Andrade.
My match of the week, if Parker doesn't care to ask me, is Sami Zayn versus Rey Fenix.
My headphone volume's off.
So.
I can't hear you.
Alright, that is it for this week's podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Oh, wait. WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia is stupid, and I hate Triple H. But we will see you in the next one. Bye.